Okay, now let's move on to the next question. P company acquired 80% of S company on 1st January 2020. Okay, so P has acquired S company. How much they have acquired? 80%. Okay, the remaining 20% is, we call it non-control interest or minority interest. Okay, so P company has acquired 80% of S company. The abbreviated results of both companies for the year ended 31st December 2020 are as follows. So you are given the two financials. One is for the parent company and one is for the S company. So you are given the revenue, cost of sales, expenses, income tax, and the profit for the year. So total profit for parent company is 19,000 and S company 7,000. So these are given in millions. S company had sold goods to P company in the year for rupees 20,000. Okay, so which means S company is the subsidiary company, has had sold goods to P company. So S company has sold goods worth 20,000 to P company. So therefore, in S company's books, this 20,000 will be a sales, and for parent company, this will be a purchases. So purchases means this should be included in the cost of sales. Okay, so as we discuss, when there is any intercompany sales or purchases, we need to eliminate those transactions. So therefore, what we need to do is we need to remove this 20,000 sales from S company's books, which is this figure 75,000, and the parent company's purchases, which is the cost of sales. So the cost of sales should be reduced by 20,000 of parent company, and revenue of S company should be eliminated by 20,000. Okay, so all intercompany transactions has to be eliminated. So simple reason is, when it comes to group level or the consolidated level, neither company has made sales or purchases. Okay, so therefore we need to eliminate those transactions. Okay, and 1/10 of the goods sold to P company by S company remain in stock at the year end. S company achieved a margin of 20% on these goods. What does it mean? Which means this 20,000 was sold by S company to P company with a profit margin of 20%. Okay, now what they are saying is 1/10 of the goods sold to P company by S company remain in stock. So which means in P's book, okay, 1/10 of this 20,000, which means 20,000 times 1/10. So how much is that? Which is 20,000, 2,000, right? 2,000. So 2,000 is included. Then what is the profit margin? Margin is 20% on these goods. So when you calculate the margin on this 2,000, so that will be 400. This 400 is the profit included in this 2,000, which is lying in the books of P company. Okay, so the P company's inventory figure includes this 2000. Okay, so therefore any unrealized profits, so this 2000 is not sold, therefore profits are not realized. Okay, so these are unrealized profits. So unrealized profits cannot be accounted in the group level. Group level, you need to eliminate unrealized profits. Okay, so the inventory has to be reduced by 400. Okay, so when you eliminate inventory, inventory is part of cost of sales. Okay, so therefore the cost of sales of P company will reduce by 400. Okay, so that has to be removed from the inventory. As a result of that, your cost of sales will increase. Okay, so when closing inventory reduces, okay, your cost of sales will increase. Okay, now based on this all these adjustments, let's prepare the consolidated profit or loss. Let's prepare the consolidated profit or loss. First of all, what you need to do is you need to take the P company financials and the S company financials. Then through consolidated consolidation schedule, we have to remove we have to eliminate intercompany transactions. Then we need to prepare the what you call the consolidated profit or loss. Okay, now let's move on to the solution. Okay, now I have taken the P company uh, financials and S company financials. Okay, and what you need to do is line by line basis, you need to add up these figures. Okay, so that will be the total column. Okay, now after that, what we need to do is we need to eliminate this. These are the adjustments column. Adjustments. Through adjustments, you need to eliminate the intercompany transactions. So first of all, we'll take the sales. S company had sold goods to P company in the year 20,000. So therefore, S company means subsidiary company has sold to P company. So therefore, the sales of S has to be removed by 20,000. Purchases of P, which is included in the cost of sales, has to be removed. So you can say here, now let's remove the revenue, and what you need to do is you need to minus 20,000. And from cost of sales also you have to remove 20,000, which means you need to add 20,000 because this is already a minus figure. So we are deducting this, so therefore it has to be removed from the cost of sales. So that will be 120,000. So now we have removed this 20,000 and from revenue and 20,000 from cost of sales. Let's move on to the next adjustment, which is the unrealized profit. So unrealized profit, here we identified as 400. This 400 is included in the inventory of group, inventory of the parent. So it has to be removed from the closing inventory. So closing inventory, when you deduct, the cost of sales will increase. So therefore, this cost of sales has to be increased by 400 because inventory reduced. So therefore, it has to be minus 400. Okay. So now your group level gross profit should be 94,600. So as you can see in the total column, which shows 95,000. However, without the adjustment, with the adjustment, it should be 94,600. So therefore, you can continue this 400 here just to show the total consolidated figure, which is 94,600. Then expenses, there are no adjustments. Then profit before tax should be 33,600. The same adjustment here. So 34 minus 400 will be 33,600. Then you have income tax 8,000 and the profit has to be 25,600. So this is due to unrealized profit. Now at the end of the period, so what we have to do is, okay, when you consolidate, you will consolidate parent company profit with subsidiary company profit. Okay, so how much is the parent company entitles? Only for 80%. Okay, so 80% of 7,000 has to be taken for parent company, and the remaining should go to the non-controlling interest. Okay, so when you take 7,000 times 80%, which will be 5,600, and the remaining should be how much? 1,400. So when you take 5,600 and 1,400, 7,000. So these are without the adjustments. Okay, so when you add up these two, that will be 24,600 and here 1,400 for non-controlling interest. However, we can distribute only since the subsidiary profits are shared between parent and non-controlling interest, we need to split this profit. Okay, when you split this profit, we need to consider this unrealized profit. So which means 7,000 minus 400, only 6,600 can be allocated to parent and the non-controlling interest. So therefore, what you need to do is this 400 has to be shared between parent and non-controlling interest on the basis of 80% to 20%. Okay, so 80% of 400 will be 320, and the remaining will be how much? The remaining should be 80 minus 80. So that will be the non-controlling interest after allocating to this subsidiary gross profit, sorry, the profit for the year excluding the unrealized profit. So once you adjust this, the profit to be distributed is the total consolidated profit of parent company will be 24,280 and subsidiary company will be 1,320. So when you add up this, that will be 25,600. This will be 25,600 as per the consolidated figure. That will be the consolidated number, and the parent company profit, the total profit will be shown in the equity statement 24,280, and also the equity statement will show non-controlling interest of 1,320. Okay, and also you can calculate this another way. I will show you this. For example, this 6,000, this 7,000 is before the unrealized profit adjustment. So what you can do is this 7,000 minus 7,000 minus 400 will be how much? 6,600. So this has to be shared by the parent 80 and non-controlling interest. This is non-controlling interest. This is the parent portion. So 80% and 20%. When you take 80% of 6,600, so that will be 5,280. Okay. And 20% will be how much? Of 6,600, it should be 1,320. Okay. So when you take this 5,600 and 320, so that is 5,280. Okay. And 1,400 of once you remove 80, so 1,320, which is the 20% of 6,600. Now, when you take the parent company profit 19,000, parent company entitles this entire 5,280. So therefore, their total profit will be 24,280, and non-controlling profit will be 1,320. So this is what we are showing here. Okay. That's it for today. And if you have any questions, what you can do is you can comment below. And I will see you soon with another video. Until then, bye for now.